Hi, my name's Lisa Roulette. I'm 46 years old, and we live outside Bemidji, Minnesota. My job is a stay-at-home mom, and I'm an artist. I have advanced primitive survival, prepping, and survival skills. I raised my kids in the Ojibwe woodland way, and we know how to live off the land. I have 10 acres here. We farm. We grow our own food. We have some animals, chickens. We have a cow. We've had goats, pigs. We know how to raise the food that we need to eat. We also stock a lot of our food. We have at least 1 year of food for 10 people stocked. Plus the food that we can get out of the woods extends that survival time. It asked here if anyone has lived off grid. I've lived off grid, totally off grid, for 2.5 years in southern Minnesota. During the winters were the hardest. The last 2 winters here, we primarily lived off grid. We burned our own wood, we hauled water. The winters have been pretty harsh. We can't count on having the things that a lot of people take for granted. We have to know that we can live without all of it, and we do. And we've become masters at that. I make my own soap. We can make our own fuel for candles, for cooking, we burn our own wood, we cut our own wood. Everything that we do is focused on being self-sufficient. Does anybody have ideas that are controversial? Well, the way that we live, the way that I see things, I want my kids to understand that the way I've raised them is worthwhile. They'd put up a fight about it sometimes when they wanted the video games or the iPods, or, my daughter was primarily the one that wanted to have all the girly things, and it really bothered her to have to bathe in water that was heated on a wood stove. But the boys pretty much enjoyed it. But our lifestyle isn't that of most people around here or of society. My pet peeves are people that don't want to work hard. I can't stand a lazy person. It drives me crazy. And people that live out of the grocery stores, that want to criticize how I live. People think, oh geez, like we're not high fashion, or we're not cool because we don't have this new thing or that new thing. I don't want to rely on that stuff, and I'm not going to. So, for quite a while I've had some friends that would kind of scoff at me about, oh, you do hides, and why do you want to do that, or how do you think that that's a good way to spend your time, or one time one of my relatives told me to get my priorities straight and get off the reservation. And that was during Christmas. I packed up my stuff and left before we opened presents or anything. And I said, you know what, you'll never understand me, but maybe someday you'll see what the value is. What family works best together and who doesn't? I think we all pretty much we're a pretty good, well-oiled machine. Sometimes Tyler and Ivan You know, they'll get into it a little bit here and there when we have jobs to do. But when it comes down to it, everybody knows, you know, what we're doing. Everybody has their own job to do. And, you know, we make it work. Lloyd and Richard they're really awesome at what they do. They're Ivan, Lloyd, Nick, and Richard are really good at throwing knives. And they get a little competitive when it comes to that. But, you know, I think we all work hard to be a good functioning group. And why do we want to do this? Because there are a lot of people that don't understand that living close to nature is a natural thing. You know, we have a lot to teach people as far as we can't rely on the grid for one thing. We can't rely on Walmart. We can't rely on the cell phones and even having a furnace. You have to know how to get what you need from Mother Nature. Otherwise, even all the prepping, all these preppers have all this junk that, you know, it's going to wear out or whatever. If they don't know how to make what they need or stock what they need, they're not gonna survive. So I want to do this because I know we can do this very well, and we can do it in a way to show people that it is worthwhile to pay attention to what Mother Nature has to offer. And we have to get back to living closer to the earth, because this lifestyle that most people live isn't sustainable, and we're not going to make it as a human race. So I guess that's it for me. Thank you.